pussy. Hey, yeah, wine and dine me, private jet me, yacht day me, star day me, designer bag me, diamond ice me, brand new house me, 'cause I'm a wifey, magic pussy.
Magic pussy. So much. Welcome back, y'all, to our podcast. Do you mind if I call you bitch? I am Meggie Meggs, and that was my song that y'all just heard on the intro called Magic Pussy, which you can find on any platform.
That was Nutmeg.
That was Nutmeg. Welcome back. This is once again, Do You Mind If I Call You Bitch, which is a podcast made specifically for Black women to talk about our success, struggles, niggas, money, hair, and everything in between. And I am joined by my co-host, Rudy.
Big breezy forehead, Rudy. And I ain't even got no lotion or get Vaseline or nothing. My junk just shining. I have no idea why. Are you drinking Mountain Dew? What is that?
Don't worry about what I'm drinking. I'm trying to clean myself. Don't worry about me. Focus on you. Damn, and it's emergency because we in the panorama and you don't know. You gotta be careful.
I mean, that's just an awkward color for a drink. So I just very.
I should have had it in a coffee mug, but ain't no coffee mugs around here. It should have been inconspicuous, but hey, it is what it is. All right,
what's popping though? How you been?
I'm cool. This past week, I just wanted to talk about, Black women in finances, and specifically, I just wanted to bring that topic up because there was this whole stock market crisis situation with AMC.
Right.
AMC. What was AMC?
Right. Somebody like tricked the system or something, right?
What it was is a group of Redditors, people on Reddit, basically ambushed GameStop. So, long story short, the poor people robbed the rich people. If we just gonna put it in
right.
Turn, and that just brought up the notion of Black people need to get in the stock market too.
For sure.
Black women, we need to learn, different ways to increase our income flow. So, which is why today's topic at hand would be, how can Black women gain a new stream of income?
Can I pause you for one quick second before you move on?
Yeah.
Just going back to when you were just saying that Black people need to get into the stock market. Something else Black people need to learn about, that's what's really holding us down financially, that I've recently learned about, is taxes. And the reason why I'm saying that, and I'm not even talking about working at H&R Block and doing people's taxes. I'm saying knowing how taxes work, because I recently discovered, while the whole world was mad, just said Donald Trump for not paying taxes, he wasn't not paying taxes because he's white. It's because of the amount of money that he has. And so there's other even Black people who have that same amount of money who's not paying taxes, but they're just not saying anything because they're not going to bust themselves out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so it's a lot. Stock market and its taxes and just how money works in general. We need that knowledge because we think it's literally I do this, you give me this. You know what I'm saying? Right. But that's only to go do something, then spend it somewhere else real quick. But you talking about generational wealth or whatever, you'll build that by knowing how to not have to give it back to the government and stuff like that through tax, and be able to keep your billions. And the middle class and low class actually get taxed the most.
Right. There's something to say about that because even LLCs, you can start an LLC in your children's name, which my mama and my daddy never did. Damn these them ignorant ass niggas. That's what they are. They ignorant. But basically, you can start an LLC and tax your entire family, and you can put your child's freaking school clothes. It's tax deductible, but that's just something that they don't teach us because they trying to keep us down as a society. But
right. And we also have to make each other aware of books. I know niggas don't like to read, and I'm definitely at the top of that list of
not
enjoying. Like, I'm definitely crossing that finish line first. Like, that is me. I despise reading, but there are books out there like Rich Dad Poor Dad, stuff like that that give you the specific information. This is where I learned this stuff from. But see, we're blessed to be millennials, so we have audio books now, and a lot of these are on YouTube for free. I don't know if they're supposed to be, but they are. 50 Cent, Kevin Hart new book, all their books are on audio on YouTube for absolutely free. I don't know why, I don't know how, but it's there. Either way. But what I'm saying is, but there's other books out there that have that are rich white people who they're giving the information out. They're not promoting it just say to the black community, but like if you come across it, it's out there. You know what I'm saying? So it's not necessarily hidden anymore, but it's not spoon fed either. You know what I'm saying? Right. But we don't. But us as black people not having it out. Mind you, I just learned this a couple weeks ago. I'm not. This isn't talking from 30 years of experience. You know what I'm saying? Right. You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah. So I know if I'm just finding out, there's other people who don't know or just find it out themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. My whole just finding out, trying to, elevate myself or try to put myself in a different tax bracket just started out of this panorama, this panorama at the beginning, the very beginning of the pandemic. The pandemic probably Jesus Christ. Okay, my bad. Did you hear that?
Absolutely.
Oh. Wow, wait a minute. What was he talking about? My whole journey to wealth, financial freedom, whatever, education has started at the beginning of the pandemic. So the pandemic started in March. By the end of March, I bought like $500 worth of courses just to, I bought a stock market course. I bought an e-learning course. I bought like a vending machine course. All these courses that I've bought, I've been piece by piece, tapping into it and just learning what I could based on my learning capabilities because, I'm not a great learner and I'm working hard to be an independent learner. But I'm saying all that to say that, I know that I struggle learning independently myself. So that's why I got with a couple of my girlfriends and we have like our stock market Sundays and we just, help each other learn. And what we've been starting to do is like, we just have a text message thread. I told them AMC, everybody got their little shares of AMC, and then we just go back and forth on like, what are the stocks? What are they doing? But that goes to say that, you have to take the initiative on yourself. You can't wait for nobody to make you better. Just wrap that up together. And these times you can create a website and sell t-shirts and hats and which goes to say you can go on Nutmeg extraspicy.com and get you a Magic Pussy t-shirt or a Nutmeg hat. Shameless plug. That's it.
Is it a bucket hat?
No, it's dad hats. Clearly, you'll rock a Magic Pussy bucket. I can put them on there now. It ain't nothing but
Yeah, man, get a bucket, man. You know what I'm saying? Just put for mine. Just put your rap name on it. Just put Nutmeg. I don't want Magic Pussy on there.
Baby, I'm getting to it.
Magic Pussy got to be in fine print or something. It can't just be the
Magic Pussy.
Right. Because people gonna be thinking I'm a bad bitch or something. That's not what I'm promoting.
Niggas gonna come up to you and say, "Is it magically delicious?"
Right. Yeah. No, not. Yeah, I can't. I can't. Yeah, I gotta put that in real fine print, just on the brim or something.
Yeah.
So is that like the main thing you've done? Like, did y'all come out the gate going like, let's do the stock market thing, or did you try other things like?
Well,
first?
that was just me because I know that there's money to be earned in the stock market. I don't know if any of my other friends got any other side things going on, but because honestly, the pandemic has caused you to tap into different types of outlets that you ain't know you had before.
Right.
Some people selling plates of food now. Some people tapped into a new skill and, you know, they learned a whole new career off YouTube or whatever the case is. But as for me, so the pandemic caused me to lose both my jobs essentially. You know, I'm an actor first, and then, you know, the pandemic caused like a little halt in Hollywood. And my second job is massage therapy. So I can't even touch nobody, honestly. So
right.
Besides unemployment, you know, what else are you gonna do? You know, so I was ready to transition out of massage therapy anyways, just because the desire is not there for it. But I'm still, you know, accepting appointments. Whoever needs to book a massage, holler at me. Still qualified and certified. Yeah, so I just wanted to see what other things I could do that I don't have to leave my house to do it. You know, passive income. Passive income is the word of the day, ladies and gentlemen.
Put that on the screen.
Yeah. Make it. But yeah. So passive income, you know, and then there's ways that you don't, you know, there are the not so PG ways that you can earn income. You know,
OnlyFans.
That too. You know, I don't oppose to it if you selling feet or you showing titties, and you know, do what you do. If niggas is buying it, let them niggas buy it. Shit. Niggas is disgusting. Sell your feet pics for $50. Sell your feet pics for $50.
Well, let's and I want to harp back on what you said, because you said the definition of passive income, but I don't know if people really caught it because they may have thought you were just talking. But passive income literally is that, like, you earning money and not having to work for it. Like, there is no work for money, just a trade value. It's literally because passive anything, like, so if you're passive, you know, like just say you have like a passive goal. That's not something that you're really like, you're not aggressive. You know what I'm saying? It's you're aggressive about it or you're passive about it. You know what I'm saying? So it's the same thing when it comes down to income. Like, if you're just say getting aggressive income, for lack of a better term, that's you showing up somewhere working. That even driving Uber or anything like that, that's not passive income. It may be easy, but you still have to go out and do it. You know what I'm saying? But like if you got a real estate property, or if you got investments here, or you got stock, whatever like that, and there's money, you have income generating from that, and you don't even have to think about it. You know what I'm saying? That's passive income.
And that is like, you know, that's how generational wealth is created. You know, niggas ain't going to work 40 hours a week making, you know, $1 million a day. You know, they're making, you know, they're making passive income through their investments, or, you know, real estate.
Let me ask you this question. I this is still on topic, but I just curious on your thoughts. I guess my first question would be, do you think that everybody can be a boss?
No. There's a reason there's a chief in Indians, you know.
All right, okay. But do you think everybody can be an entrepreneur? Meaning, like, I'm saying, like even while having a job, having that passive income. Do you believe everybody's capable of having a job and having passive income?
There's enough money in this world to be spread around evenly for everybody to get a piece of the pie. But the issue is, like, you know, niggas ain't gonna work for it. You know, they go to work, and, you know, when they come home, You know, they don't, even though you want that passive income, you still got to put the work in to start it. You know, you can't just, you know, and that's where I kind of like, I don't want to say fell short of it, but like when I got into the stock market shit, I was like, okay, well, here, I got my stimulus check, you know.
Right.
Look at that.
Right.
Where the money at? You know, how come I ain't get no 50% return yet? Like, you know, and that's the problem with a lot of Black women, people, men, whatever the case is. You know, I'm one of them who swears you just throw money at something and then you expect it to work out for you. But that ain't the case. You know, you honestly got to put the work in. You got to read. Niggas hate to read. I know I'm one of them niggas. I hate to read.
I hate it.
It's a struggle, like, it's a struggle just to get going in the new thing that you're into, or the new venture, or like finish the fucking 3-hour course that's taking you 3 weeks. But as far as like, there's enough money for everybody. It's just a matter of like going to get it,
right?
Not wasting it.
So I want you to remember the whole 3-hour course taking 3 weeks. And I have a question about that. But going back to what we were just talking about real quick. The reason why I asked you about the whole boss and entrepreneurship thing, because like a lot of people, number one, like they stress on the fact that like, you know, like you should always like be your own boss or whatever. You know, everybody should have a, just say LL, whatever, you know what I'm saying? But I don't think people understand to the degree of like, yeah, have your business, whatever like that. But that's an extra set of income on like passively that's building generational wealth, like for your family. Like this passive income, like because the working class, like if you're in the working class, which is necessary because all bosses need people to work for them. Like you said, Chief Minute, like no company that's just the boss and then he just run, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have to have employees. So there isn't such thing as employees. Like everybody can't just run a company and then nobody work for nobody. It just doesn't work. But you have to understand that when you are only the working class, when you are working any 9 to 5, it has nothing to do with whether it's at a fast food restaurant or whether it's at a doctor's office.
Right.
You will never be in that 1% as far as like, you know, multi-100 millionaire, 10 billion. Like you'll never see that. Like you'll literally work 40 years, whatever like that, retire, and then you'll be old and hopefully got enough health to, you know, travel or sit around and pat grandkids on the head or whatever the case may be. But but at the same time, you do have to understand that with that passive income, like you have to be building that up like for your family. Like you can't say the word generational generational wealth, but then still trying to make yourself the millionaire. You know what I'm saying? Like it's the generation. You know what I'm saying? Like even if you never see it, are you doing it for the generation or are you doing it for yourself? And that's a hard thing to do, to be 100% honest. Because like you do all this stuff, because like as much as Disney accomplished, and he's not black, but I'm saying just in general, he has no idea how big his company is right now, how big his name is. Like it was big before he died.
He did now.
Right. And it was big before he died, but even he didn't get to see the full extent of it. So like nobody's going to be able to see the ending result. But I guess the point I want to make for people to get is that number one, everybody can't be a boss, but you can build generational wealth even with a 9 to 5. You know what I'm saying? And then we also need to stop calling having multiple 9 to 5s getting multiple bags. Because you
have like one job classified
like you work just say at, you know, the grocery store here, you work at the bank here, you do like that, like that's doing nothing but killing yourself faster. That's not multiple bags is what we're talking about here. The passive income. You know what I'm saying? Doing all that, you're getting yourself closer to the grave. Like all that because you know what I'm saying? Because you need to be working a job and then having a whole other set of income that you don't have to do. If you have to split between 3 jobs, that's just you taking up more time. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm done. I'm off my soapbox.
No, let me chime in on your soapbox because I was one of those people working 3 jobs, you know, literally breaking my back. But I was balling.
Right.
I have money. I had so much money. But you know, you have so much money, but then your time is taken up. You have literally one day to rest, go run your errands, go do your hair, whatever the case is. And that's something that, you know, I think, let's go back to the word conditioning. That's what we conditioned to do. Like, you know, in school they teach us that you need one job and you know, a 9 to 5 and a pension and a 401k, and then by fucking 65 you retire. Who the fuck?
By 65.
Who the fuck wants to retire at 65.
And not owning that company, no part of that company that you gave 40 years to. You don't own any of that.
Maybe they give you a piece of the share. Maybe you get like a few stocks in return. But at that time, you're 45 years old or 65 years old with some shares in the company that who gives a fuck about the shares in the company if you don't know what the fuck to do with them?
Right.
If they have no equity, if there's, you don't know how to, you can't sell them, you can't do nothing with that. So what's the point of having, a stock, a share in a stock, and they're going to give you a measly, 1 share, 2 shares? You can't do shit with that. You can't do shit with that. Fuck the white man. Just cause.
Okay. I don't know if we got there with it.
It's Black history, but fuck the white man. He said it's failure.
But like I said, but what, man, I heard one of the most valuable pieces of information that I mean, it was just a one-liner. And shout out to Eric Thomas. He's a pretty popular motivational speaker, but he's pretty hands-on type of person. He's not like a standing in front of a crowd with a suit type of person at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, but nonetheless, I was listening to the podcast that they be doing or whatever. And what he said wasn't even like that deep, but it was deep, and he was saying like, a lot of times people think what's going to just say make their dreams become a reality, or if you're trying to just say be discovered or whatever, like you think what's going to blow you up is for people to know you, but it's actually for you to know what you don't know. You know what I'm saying? Because just like you were saying, anytime you start something new, there's a bunch of stuff that you don't know about whatever it is that you're getting into. You know what I'm saying? But the people who are successful in what you're trying to get into, they know what you don't know.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It's not just about somebody knowing them. They know what a lot of people don't know, which allows them to be where they're at. You feel what I'm saying? So the point that I'm making is that made me really realize, even with just the distribution, with what I'm getting to, whatever like that, it made me realize more, as much as I already know about filmmaking, the writing process, whatever like that, when it comes down to distribution, there's a whole nother side. Even with what I did learn, there's even more than that of what I don't know. Because even with a video game, what makes people good at a video game is not so much because they know how to play the game. They know the glitches in the game. When I do this, you know what I'm saying? If I do this, it'll allow me to get extra gun, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So that gives them that advantage. They know things that other people don't know, which is why then they make money off people watching them show them stuff that they don't know about a game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that whole content, just making videos of showing people how to do shit. That's the gold mine these days. I remember when YouTube took off back in 2008, 2009. That was a whole wave that carried throughout 15 years.
Right.
And now we're in the era of content creating, whether it's, a couple of people are selling ebooks on bullshit. People are buying it. People are buying it. Who gives a fuck if you're showing me how to fucking, knit a sweater or whatever the fuck? You put a step-by-step formation, you have a little video, and not dumbass motherfuckers, but people who don't know how to will click on your $12.99 book and sell it. Yeah. Which is why I'm here to say that Spa is coming out with new how to massage at home. Be on the lookout for that. I'm still writing the book. It's still in the process. I'm doing it though. I
like how you turn when you do commercial break. You and I like to say
that's my commercial.
It's like you turn into a white man con artist in a suit or something like that. Hey, by the way, if I could sell you but that's why even cliche shit like knowledge is power. You know what I'm saying?
Because it's true.
Yeah, it's something that that's we heard that and we just felt like our parents are just saying that's why you need to do your homework. But fuck homework. I'm talking about how you actually win in life, how you actually can get on Instagram and own what it is that you're showing. Because granted, I get it. If you go on vacation, that's one thing. But I'm talking about the car that you're pretending that's yours, the house that you're pretending that's yours. People are doing that because it feels good for people to feel like that's how you really live. But there's a way for you to really live like that. You know what I'm saying? Without being a rapper or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like there is a way. I want people to be clear on it. And it's not, and you don't have to be an alien or white or Asian, people who you think are smarter than you or whatever. You don't have to be them to do it. Like it's very, very tangible.
Yep, and then you don't have to, you don't have to fuck your way through it either. A lot of girls swear you need the help of a man to achieve something. Now, let me be the devil's advocate in that same token. I agree sometimes women definitely need a little help. Like, please,
would you say it's a need or it helps? Like it's more of a, because I think it's more of a luxury. I wouldn't necessarily, because need would mean like there is no choice.
Right. It's definitely a luxury that, if you get it, girl, high five, you won the jackpot, okay? But at the same token, you have women who's done it, how phrase would they say, got it out the mud?
Got it out the mud, absolutely.
Got it out the motherfucking mud. Like there's literally people who are women who are starting from the ground and working their way up. Right. Now, I like a little help sometimes, I ain't gonna lie, you feel me?
But I'm saying, but to be fair to your point, I don't think it's wrong for you to say you like a little help, because I don't think anybody, regardless of age, race, gender, or whatever, doesn't like help. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, there's some people who just don't know how to swallow their pride or whatever. But for the most part, like if somebody is willing to help you, even if it's just to lift something onto the back of a truck, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody likes help. I just think that, and this could apply for you if you feel like it, but I'm not saying this to apply to you. Just anybody who you were talking about, just saying like trying to fuck their way to get help or whatever. If that's your thing, do what you do, whatever. I'm not here to judge that. But if you're trying to go the path of just saying I can do it alone, I got like 50 points in my head. I'm trying to just decide on which one to make.
Whichever one is coming out first, just grab it.
That's how my mind goes crazy when I start talking. Like when I'm by myself, like I'm like the most quietest person in the world. But if like my mind ever just starts going, it's hard for me to get my thoughts.
That's why you got 8 podcasts.
Right. Every personality comes out different. But yeah, but when it comes down to like the whole like I guess necessity thing, I think that as long as women aren't using that as just say like as a need, you know what I'm saying? Like if it like I think that if you get it, you get it. You know what I'm saying? But if you feel dependent on it, that's almost the same as you waiting on somebody to come pick you up to go to work. Right. Or even if it's not a handout, what I'm saying, but like anytime you're in a position where your just say success is dependent on anybody else, whether it's a job, a man, a woman, whatever, you're putting yourself at jeopardy of never getting it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like it may happen, it may not, but that's a way less of a chance as opposed to just going ahead and getting it. And then if that also is a thing, then that's just cherry on top.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's what I was trying to get at with all that.
Well, you got it out.
That's what I've been trying to get at. I mean, my mind be going.
Let it go,
Dude, so I honestly feel like this is turning more just into a black podcast and just black women, because like it's really a problem for our race as a whole. You know what I'm saying? Like it's in reference to the money stuff we're talking about. Like this isn't catered to black women. Like this is literally a nigga thing.
It is a nigga thing. It's an old nigga thing. It's a new nigga thing. It's a mama nigga thing. It's a daddy nigga thing. And it's a matter of what are your parents' conditioning. Okay, like it's a matter. Yeah, I'm on the podcast right now. It's a matter of, you know, what your parents taught you, you know, whether you saw your parents buy every time, you know, they got paid, whether you knew when they got paid or not, what did they buy or what did they do? Like, did you guys go to the store and go shopping and buy new shoes every other Sunday or whatever the case is? Or your parents teach you, did your parents give you a motherfucking piggy bank? Like, like I can honestly speak for myself. My mom was horrible with money, but my dad was a cheap man. He was a cheap man. You know, we didn't go shopping. You know, we was thrifting before thrifting was cool. You know,
right.
But even back at that time, thrifting wasn't cool. So you know, you felt like you were poor. But now that I'm 31 years old, I will thrift before I take my ass to the mall.
Right.
It's all about, you know, what was instilled in you growing up, or like what little tricks, or you know, did you save your money everything? Like, did your parents give you money for your grades? Like, that's something that my dad did, and that's something that I still do with my little brother, because just, you know, it's important to get good grades. It's important to do well in school. It's important to, you know, you're getting compensated for the work that you're doing. You know,
right.
And just as far as to spread on the education, like all them little courses that I bought for $500 at the beginning of the pandemic, I still have. And you know, I give it. You want my password? I can give you the password. We can learn together. We can tell me what you learned.
What are the courses that you bought?
It's called Stock Market Gems by CJ Johnson. It's basically you're learning stock market from the bottom up. Options training, which is also part of the stock market conglomerate. Vending machine courses, like how to start up your vending machine. I bought a REIT, REIT, which is I don't know. I ain't started that yet. I ain't gonna lie.
She got that shit in a package deal. She was just like, okay, that sounds good.
I did. Like, hey, these $50 courses was going for $10. You think I was gonna miss out on that bargain? Shit. Like, I may not read that.
Have you completed any of them, like from start to finish, or any of them?
I did from start to finish. I mean, from the beginning of the pandemic, obviously. But that was one that I bought. And that was the most expensive that I bought. And it was a white guy teaching me. And I didn't finish it because I didn't like the way he was talking to me.
He was live talking to you, or on a video?
It was a pre-recorded situation, but it's like he was calling people stupid and like, don't be dumb. Don't waste your time. What are you, dumb? You can finish this in 2 weeks. Don't be dumb. I was
you didn't like how a pre-recorded man was talking to you?
No, I didn't. I'm sensitive. Don't talk to me any kind of way. I don't care.
But what if what he's teaching is good? What if there's? I mean, you've already.
I didn't doubt. Like I don't doubt that what he's teaching me is good. Like, I'm sure if I were to complete it in its entirety, I would probably be the millionaire that he swears everyone that's going to complete.
That's what I'm saying. So why not just complete it? I can understand if this was a live video.
He was talking to me.
If this was a live video and he was doing it, then I'd be like, I would unmute myself. Hey, nigga, relax.
No,
I get that.
At that point, I had already bought the courses, and you know, I tried to get a refund. I ain't gonna lie to you. I tried to dispute that. I tried to dispute it, but
I wasn't aware that we had a dick for a teacher.
Hello.
I want my money back. Okay.
I say that to say that so I didn't like the way he was teaching me, so I found another guy. He was a black guy. He happened to be cute, but but the black guy.
You still ain't learned nothing because you looking at him.
I was learning. I was being very attentive, and I was listening to everything he was saying. And that's why my stock market portfolio has expanded significantly since I completed his course. Shout out to CJ Johnson with Stock Market Gems. We're going to put his information down below.
Why are we? Are we putting his information down?
We ain't getting no goddamn fee. We ain't get no payments from him, so hell no. Y'all go Google it. Google it. Find him on Instagram, on Twitter. Shit.
We're gonna put his information down. okay, so your biggest takeaway from from the quarantine in reference to money making abilities, you're hanging your hat on the stock market. Like you think that's a great investment.
I think as far as if you're completely unknowledgeable to it, you have an interest to it, you already got a few stocks from here, there, everywhere, whatever. Somebody told you to buy Tesla, somebody told you to buy Amazon, whatever the case is. I think yes. Educate yourself, invest your little $50 on a little course so you can know what you're doing with the shit that you just bought that, your uncle told you to buy.
Right.
As for like different outlets, I mean, buy all the courses you want, It's a matter of completing them. It's a matter of like once you completed them, put it into action. Even with the e-commerce course that I'm doing, it wasn't that expensive at all. And it's teaching you how to write a book, just like CJ Johnson wrote his little thing on the stock market, and now everybody got a little course. I'm gonna have a little course for damn self on shit that I'm good at. I'm gonna teach people how to massage at home. So, and it's gonna be funny.
Let me ask you this: Are you going to put it out for free first, or are you going to just make it in charge?
I feel like Spa on YouTube is already there for free because I mean, even though I'm not teaching anybody anything, but I am giving out valuable information at the end of each episode. So that was your free sample.
Right.
Get it how you can. Sure.
What I'm asking, but I'm saying, but like you're not like a known massage, and I'm not saying this to knock you. I'm saying in reference to like your people knowing that you do just say massage therapy. Because I mean, I knew you for a while before even knowing like you actually did it. You know what I'm saying? Like so,
right.
The point I'm not even saying this to force you to give anything out for free. I guess, but. Do you have a branding?
I'm working on it. I would like to keep it in the Spa family, and like I see where you're going with it. Where as far as like, am I going to give anything out for free? Like I'm going to. There's going to be
your awareness plan. What's your awareness plan to make people aware of you? I guess for them to be convinced. To buy the product, right? Is what I'm trying.
Well, I'm gonna do some type of advertisement, promotion or something of that sort. I'll start off with like live stream videos or like do a live and this is a 20-minute massage, or if you want to learn more about different techniques and how to do this, and this isn't gonna be something that's gonna turn you into a massage therapist because that's kind of illegal. You can't really tell people do this and now you're a massage therapist and now they they break.
But you're gonna cater it to more or less like this is what a wife can do to her husband at home. Right.
Might get into it.
Make it fun. Right, I get it.
Yeah. But it's still in the building stages. That's what I want to do with my time. I have nothing else going on. So
I suggest that you start now, and I'm saying on like a smaller scale, so like not the full package of what the whole course is going to look like, but like I would say get on like a TikTok, because TikTok I've learned is very, very unique. It is not like other social medias. Like literally all you have to do is just post like one thing. I ain't talking about like a multiple of videos or one. Like just post one thing that people like, and literally they'll just watch it for eternity. So you know what I'm saying. So like TikTok would be a great place. I would just say you can put it on any platform, but start putting out. They don't just do 59 seconds, like a minute or less videos, just real quick, just. Not even tips, but just, I don't know, just content that makes people aware, because you don't want your product that you're now selling the first time anybody's ever heard about it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
People will get the orange chicken on the Q-tip before they actually just walk up and go buy. You know what I'm saying? The sample
on the toothpick.
You know what I'm saying? Whatever. The toothpick on the toothpick.
You said Q-tip, and I was like, why is orange chicken on Q-tip?
You know what I was trying to say. On the toothpick, eat the sample in the food court.
Right.
People hit that all day. They'll not even buy food. Can I get one more? You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So yeah, get something on the Q-tip. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna definitely get the wax buildup on there for sure.
Right.
I would definitely get that
on the Q-tip.
Yeah.
That would be disgusting. So okay, so this is my final question for you in reference to this whole the main topic, not so much the passive income, but in reference to like the black women in the new stream of income. Mm-hmm. I guess it's a two-part question. I guess my real question I have a question about OnlyFans. Is OnlyFans still a thing? Like, is it still as popular now that the pandemic is kind of wearing off? That's just my one random question. But then the main question is, I guess, what else is, I guess, like any other like final tips outside of the stock market for somebody who may not be interested in the stock market? They like, man, fuck it, I'm not doing that. What would be, I guess, like some other things that other people have done that they started during quarantine or whatever that they can, carry out from here?
Let me answer the first question, the question you just asked first. I feel like go scroll down your timeline. Who are you following? What are they doing? I feel like there's nothing wrong with having you can sell t-shirts. Everyone is selling t-shirts. You can create a product. You can sell oils. You can steal the ideas of people. Because that's basically what commerce is. It's just regenerating a product. Everybody's creating the same thing. Maybe you might have a bigger following. Pay for your followers. Get the exposure that you need. Invest in yourself. Maybe everybody ain't got a job right now, but you're on the internet. Utilize the internet. Utilize the resources that are on the internet. See what's your niche. I can't. I would like to. I don't know anybody that is currently, besides like my stock market friends or whatever. I don't know anyone who's currently. Okay, I lied. Omara, she was on the show before. She has a website. She sells sex toys. That's what she's been doing before the pandemic. And fortunately for her, it's a pandemic. Everybody, yay, business is moving. I would assume.
They in the house.
If you wasn't in the sex game before, I think that tonight might be your time. Sell a vibrator or two. I don't know. Get creative. Go on YouTube. People spend hours and hours on YouTube. My homegirl Brittany, she makes balloons, creative, arts and craft, waist beads, jewelry. Learn how to do hair. Learn how to do nails. Sell. There's so many things that women and Black people in general can do. You just gotta find what you like. I can't specifically say what's one thing people can go out and look for. Go spend your money. Spend $25 on an e-commerce books and see where that gets you. You gotta and back to the OnlyFans. I mean, I guess people are still they're paying for my
stuff. You so silly, but I did want to point this out to anybody who was listening, because be clear, like the reason why Meggie even gave the whole stock market thing in the first place is because that was her stress on the passive income. But be clear, if you do like learn the hair or any of these other things, that is not passive income, and there's nothing wrong with that. But if that's what you're going to go after, without it being your passive income, then let that be what you're grinding after. Don't work a job and do that and think that's your extra income. Just let if that's your dream to do whatever that thing is that you learn, let that be it, and then still also have the passive income. Like, you know what I'm saying? Don't confuse the two jobs as the passive income, because that's more stress. You don't have to build somebody else's company if you have the ability to build your own. You know what I'm saying?
Or leave the 9 to 5 and focus wholeheartely on what you want to do. Like,
No, that's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. Yeah,
absolutely.
100%. Leave the 9 to 5. Because if you're working a 9 to 5, that's what I'm saying. You're building somebody else's company. Like that's.
And I don't even know who got a 9 to 5 days. We in a panorama, so. I mean, my brother got a job still, I guess.
I mean, it's some sensitive niggas out here. You know what I'm saying? It's some sensitive niggas out here. But okay, this has nothing to do with nothing. But me saying the word essential made me think about something. I'm just curious on your thought. I might have asked you this before, but I don't know. Would you consider just say like a Uber Eats person an essential worker, or the people who deliver the groceries, whatever that app is? And what stems from this question, I remember when the pandemic first happened, and they were like shouting out like all the essential workers like on the radio. I was listening to the Breakfast Club, and somebody called in and they was like, yeah, you know, I'm an essential worker. You know, I'm it was like Uber Eats or something like that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that it's not good that he's still able to good make your money during the pandemic. I'm not saying that, but I mean, essential. I mean. Like,
the whole Uber Eats concept is for lazy people. To begin with. You can't go get your food that's a block away. Like you can't go in your car. You can't go walk and get your goddamn burger, your soggy Eats fries. Like I don't like Uber Eats. I don't even have an app on my phone. I did Postmates in LA before the pandemic and I hated it. Like I would. That's not something I'm gonna do. That ain't something I'm gonna do. I don't know as far as if they're essential. I guess motherfuckers are lazy. Motherfuckers, we're in a pandemic. We can't leave our house.
Yeah.
Sure.
Right.
But I don't know if essential is the word because technically people can leave their homes and go get their food and go to the grocery store and you know that's that.
I feel like essential is more or less like if we didn't have you, we would be screwed. You know what I'm saying? Like that's essential to me. Like if you weren't around, the shit would hit the fan. But like the people who deliver groceries and stuff like that, like, they be like, yeah, you know, you got to deliver them to old people.
No,
there was old people getting groceries delivered to them prior to you know the shopping app or whatever.
Yeah.
Somebody just realized
before you came with your little ugly ass bag. No,
right? Like somebody just realized, like, hey, we could probably capitalize off of this. Like,
I wish I was one of those people who realized the you know got into that fucking stock and shit. But you know, it's okay. But no, they're not essential
at all. Which, and I wasn't even going to talk about this, but this actually just led me to one final point we can end on. Black people, we have to stop being a bunch of pussies. And this is what I mean by that. And I didn't even necessarily have this particular conversation with a black person that's making me think of what I'm about to say, but I've had these conversations before. So just like what you said, like I wish I would have been one of the first people to think of that. You know what I'm saying? That has nothing to do with nothing. But let's just say, like, if we did think of that before it came out, right? If we would have shared that idea amongst like other black people like us, regular black people like us, majority of the first things that would have came out of their mouths is, man, you know how much money it's gonna take to build an app and blah blah. You know what I'm saying? Like, what nigga, duh. I know. I'm not saying it because it was easy. You know what I'm saying? But like, it's a thing. Like, right? Like, that's what I'm saying. We have to stop being a bunch of pussies. We automatically think that if it's not something that only costs $100 to start, and then and then you can get 1,000 back or whatever, then it's not tangible. Like, no, you can. If somebody else did YouTube, that means it's doable. You know what I'm saying? Like, or if somebody else built the network, or somebody, that means obviously you don't have to be superhuman to do it. You know what I'm saying? You just actually have to do it. But we scare ourselves out of things because when things seem too business or too like the government gonna be or the IRS, you know what I'm saying? We have to pay tax, and we got to actually stop playing. We just want to play pickup basketball. We don't actually want to join a real team. You know what I'm saying? Have to do the official stuff, and I'm saying that right there alone will kill all the generational wealth stuff. Because if you're always doing stuff under the table, you'll never have generational wealth because it's gonna be found out about, and the government gonna definitely get your ass, or like you're gonna run out. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just a bunch of under the table money. So being legal with stuff is way better because then you can build that generational wealth, and you can actually accomplish things. Like, yes, it's gonna be hard. Yes, it's gonna be difficult. Yes, it's gonna be confusing. Yeah, you don't know all of it. Yeah, you might be. Yes to all those things. but that's just a part of it. So you just
that's
have
a part of it, and it's a learning. You just have to stop being cradled under ignorance. I feel like that's the good way to say it. As far as education. You're choosing not to read. You're choosing not to press play on that 30-minute whatever the fuck. You're choosing not to research. The person that wants $1,000 of your money. Just Google it. Everybody got a phone. Everybody got a phone. Like, it's really not a matter of, oh no, well, hey, how about you go find out? Since you don't know, how about you go find out? Exactly. You should Google. You're paying $80 a month for what? To text people and look at memes?
Niggas will go back and forth about something that they don't know instead of just Googling it. Like, no, just look it up.
I don't take my breath anymore. Like, I'm like, if I don't know, I'm like, I don't know. You got to Google that. I don't even. Listen, I ain't got the energy.
We'll literally just go back and forth, and everybody dead wrong instead of just looking it up.
Like, have you actually read the rules to Uno? Just on some nigga shit.
Is it? I don't think I have. I just play. I play however whoever cards it is decide.
Everybody been playing it wrong the whole time. You don't even have to say no Uno or Uno out. You don't even have to say that. Did you know that?
I did not, but I can believe it. Because when you play on the iPhone, they don't call it Uno, but they call it something else. When you play on the iPhone, it's the same way. Well, because you can't say Uno, but it's different rules even in just playing on the iPhone. You know what I'm saying? Like, they have a different set or whatever. So. Because I play with, you play train, you play doubles, some people, like, if you put out a draw 4, you can put a draw 2 on top of that, so you don't have to draw. Some people, you got to be draw 4 on draw 4, draw 2 on draw 2. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's always like some people, like, if you got to draw, just say, like, if everybody hit you with a bunch of draw 4, you got to draw like 16. But if the first card you pull is a draw 4, then you can get them back. Like, I play so many different ways. Like, I'm talking about so many different ways.
It's all wrong. It's all wrong. The next time you play Uno, read the instructions. You'll be surprised at how wrong you've been playing it this entire time. But
I believe it. I think there's probably some incorrectness in spades as well, because every time you play spades, it's a different set of rules depending on who out you at. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure spades has nothing to do with a joker, deuce, deuce. I'm sure it has nothing.
I don't know what you're saying right now. I don't play spades.
You don't play spades. Gotcha. Yeah. It's a whole thing. So
Yeah. Reading is fundamental. We're gonna wrap that up.
Or get the audiobooks, because we are millennials. I'm telling you.
Oh yeah, audiobooks.
Literally, guys, listen to me. Literally, you can probably find any book, recent or old, on audio for free, or you can even get it on the Amazon Kindle for very, very cheap. I've gotten books off there, like when I rent them or whatever, it's about $2-3. Whole novel. You know what I'm saying? Like, so there's cheap ways to get it without having to, spend just say $20-30. But you can check YouTube first. You can listen and you ain't gotta pay.
Yeah.
You feel me? Right.
Yeah, absolutely. Reading fundamental, audiobooks, passively increase your income so you don't get broke, bitch.
So you don't get brokage. Passive income.
Yes. Do you have a guest that you want to bring out that might be passively making income?
That I know personally?
We're gonna work on that for you guys. Because, if you are a person watching and you feel like you've successfully grown your own business, or you developed a side hustle that's gotten you, paid, feel free to hop on, shoot us a DM, text message, email, fire sign, and we'll have you on the show.
A fire sign. No, I'll definitely think about it in reference to like somebody who actually has. I definitely know somebody who has like their own brand, like business that they built, but they're not at a passive point. Like, they're even still working that. You know what I'm saying? But in reference to
it's not something to discourage or defer people. Once you start your shit, don't think you're gonna become a millionaire overnight, because you gotta breathe life into that.
Right.
You can't. You can read the courses, listen to the audiobooks and all that shit, and you develop your shit, and then you just leave it by itself to develop, it ain't gonna get far.
Right.
It ain't gonna get far. So
Right.
it's always knowledge to be learned.
And you take the information as far as like the format, but don't think that what happened for somebody else, that's what's going to happen for you. Like nobody's blowing up the same. Like it's not going to happen. Everybody has their own individual stories. So don't think like, yeah, they ate broccoli, prayed, and then boom, and then if I do the exact same thing, like you have to maybe you eat broccoli, you know what I'm saying, but you don't do whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to know what still caters to your brand, like you talked about earlier, your market, your niche, who you are as a person, and what it is that you're trying to accomplish. So,
right.
We're dropping it. All right. Chocolate Podcast Network, where you can find this, where you can find this podcast on Instagram as well as on YouTube.
Yeah.
Do you mind if I call you bitch? You know what I'm saying? This podcast is shifted into a totally different thing of what it started. But
that's
I'm liking
okay. It's growing.
But I'm liking it. You know what I'm saying? I'm loving
it's
it.
It's funny. Since we ended it and the question was asked, do you mind if I called you bitch? I was with some people yesterday and I just met them for the first time. Mm-hmm. And they called me a bitch. It was a guy. I was around a lot of guys. And it was a bitch, do you think he didn't call me like bitch, like square up? I understood the tone in which it was said, but the woke bitch in me was like, how dare you call me a bitch?
You felt so you felt some type of way.
I did, but I knew it wasn't the place to nothing. Who is calling me? I leave me alone. But I knew it wasn't the place or the time to buck up or, get all Queen Sheba on them. So I didn't mind in that moment that he called me a bitch.
No, you mind. You just didn't say
mind.
Right.
I mind, but I didn't say anything because I didn't feel the need to provoke
it wasn't a time to ruin the moment or whatever.
Right.
Like,
it wasn't a time to ruin the moment. So yeah, absolutely. Yeah, just to end on that.
So does that change how you feel in general, or did that just catch you off guard?
It just caught me off guard, and it was like, well, I got to say this in a podcast tomorrow. Because I did mine, but it wasn't the right time to correct him. I mean, I guess
Well, I was going to ask, was it because you just met him? Was it because he was new and you didn't know him like that?
It was just I didn't have backup. There wasn't, or the female that was there, they weren't close enough. They weren't in the conversation. So it's a matter of like, are you gonna be that girl are you gonna be that girl that's gonna argue with a guy that you don't know because he said bitch in conversation? Because he was talking to me. He said bitch, but I understood that it wasn't. He wasn't calling me up. He did call me. All right, whatever.
Yeah. Okay, last question. Did he do it more than once, or it was literally just that one time?
It was literally just that one time. Yeah. So.
And he was just like, "Bitch, what you think?" Like something like that.
Not like, "Bitch, what you think?" Let me think what he said. It was like, maybe we were talking about a situation, and he was like, "Yeah, bitch, I wouldn't have done that shit." Like it was a response.
So you had said something, and he was saying like instead of saying, like, "Hey, I wouldn't have done that shit," he said, "Bitch, I would have done that." Right. Gotcha. And you was like,
I was like, you don't know me. But I was outnumbered. I was outnumbered, and I was out. There wasn't enough estrogen on my side. There wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't the right place. So I didn't mind that he called me a bitch. But that's it. We'll see you next week.
All right.